Kimberly here. I think back to when I first got into the world of leadership through management, through coaching, through presenting, teaching, facilitating, and I immediately knew I needed mentors. I needed coaches to look up to really become the strongest leader that I could potentially be. And so I had multiple coaches both in the corporate space, in the leadership specific space, in the spiritual and mindset space. Like I remember, I mean, even those that I worked with, but even those that didn't know who I was, they were teaching me through their workshops and courses and books and speaking engagements. And I found myself looking up to a lot of mentors and coaches. Then I remember many years into um, my journey as a leader, I went through this phase of kind of retracting from those coaches. And it's because I had been coaching for a while at that point. And I think that I'd started to develop this belief that I should just be able to coach myself. So when I would get into periods of, frustration, feeling just stuck or burned out, I would think to myself, well, I can figure this out. I mean, if someone came to me with a similar problem, and maybe some have before, even in certain scenarios, I would totally be able to coach them out of this and coach them forward. And yet it was such a confusing experience because for some reason I couldn't figure it out for myself. And that's when I learned one of the most important lessons as a leader, as a coach, and as that coaches, especially great coaches, need coaches. It's absolutely necessary. When we're in our game, when we're living our life, I call it in the game, when we're in the game, or as Brene Brown would say, when we're in the ring, doing our thing, we have blind spots. We can't think of everything from all perspectives. We're in it. We're so close to it. And that's great. We want to be wrapped around, what we're passionate about and the good work of our heart. But it does lead to having blind spots. And the beauty is that coaches, mentors, guides, they can help us see those blind spots. And in addition to being able to see those blind spots, they can help us potentially have conversations that can uncover even some additional underlying limiting beliefs that we haven't, over all the time we've been doing this, we haven't yet realized exist or still exist. So they can help us kind of unearth and let those fizzle away. And they can help us see possibilities. And this is another one that was just so funny for me because I really thought that I kind of gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I know how to create my vision and to see all the possibilities and then to take steps toward it. And I know the process. We know the process, right? Because we help others do it. But you can't coach yourself. We're too close to it all. We can't coach ourselves. And so even though I've trained myself and I've gotten pretty darn good at being able to create the vision for what I want and then move toward it with inspired action and feeling aligned and at ease and in flow the vast majority of the time, there's still not only blind spots, but there's still opportunity that I will often miss, or at least sometimes miss, where when I work with and collaborate with a coach, a mentor that I still work with, I have a few to this day. Trust me, after I went through that phase, it was not long lived. I realized how important it was to have coaches in my corner. I mean, everyone who wants to be the best version of themselves in a professional way has a coach. Look at athletes and actors, those that are executives. I mean, there's people who make a living as executive coaches, helping executives become more successful in what they do. So if we want to be the best at what we do, we can never stop. We can never rest on our laurels thinking, okay, I've gotten to a certain point. I don't need coaches anymore. I don't need a mentor anymore. Because that coach, that mentor that I've worked with, and the few that I've worked with, always seem to be able to help me see possibilities that I had not yet seen. So coaches can help you see possibilities that were just not visible for you. for whatever reason. Maybe your focus was elsewhere. Maybe they just have a different perspective, different insight. They bring a different set of life skills and life experience to the table, different types of wisdom, so they can see things differently. And isn't it nice to have someone to be able to come to the table that can see things differently than you do, so that they can shine the light on possibilities that maybe you didn't even realize existed, and then they can help you move toward those possibilities. That's just the beauty of having a coach, that not only do they help you see the blind spots and potential limiting beliefs, but they can, in a collaborative way, help you brainstorm solutions to problems, answers to questions, and then possibilities for future inspired steps. So I'm here to tell you, no matter how long you've been at this, no matter how long you've been coaching, no matter how long you've been in a leadership role of any kind, if you're a guide, a mentor, a teacher, a trainer, an advisor of some kind, you still need a coach, at least a coach, if not a few. You still need someone in your corner that can be that person to bounce ideas off of and have those collaborative conversations and brainstorms with, someone who can see your blind spots and see the possibilities, no matter how long you've been coaching. Coaches need coaches. If we want to continue to grow and evolve and excel as leaders, then we need to continue to invest in coaches. So I give you my word that I will continue to have coaches in my corner. And those coaches may shift and evolve over time. I've got a couple that I've been with for a very long time. I've got one that is relatively new, based on a new direction that I was heading in my business. And it's been awesome to get yet another person's perspective. But I will always seek out the coaches that resonate, their message, their core values, the work that they do, the wisdom and knowledge and the skills that they have somehow resonate with where I'm going on my path. I will always seek them out and have them in my corner. And I really want to encourage you to do the same. So if you don't currently have coaches in your corner, then it's time to be on the lookout, because I would love to hear from you. Who's in your corner? Who's in your corner? Because we're not meant to do this all alone. I think we need community, and I think we need coaches. So that's the message for this video. If you don't have a coach just yet, be on the lookout. You will find one that resonates for you and will help you just take it all to the next level. And that's my wish for you. I'm sending you so much love. Take care.